Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stone by Stone. I am once again Andrew Swanson as your host this evening. Before we get going, I'd like to give a big thanks to Bardia Kimiavi, who stepped in and did an incredible job in our last episode. Quit coming for my job. You did a little too good, frankly. For today's episode, we're very lucky to be joined by the brothers Wimmer, three of my favorite players around the Edgewater Castle community. We've got a lot of years of experience with the club between these three, both as, fans watching games for some time, now playing with the club, and probably playing with the club at some point in the future as well. So, guys, thanks so much for being here. Before we begin, I'll have y'all introduce yourself in descending order of age. So just let me know your name, how old you are, how you're involved with the club, basically. And, we'll just start with that. Toby.
So, Tobias Wimmer. I'm 25 now. Started playing for the club when I was 20. So it's been 5 years now and loving every bit of it.
Beautiful.
Descending
order.
I'm Sebastian. I'm 17 and I played with the under 23s for the first time, and I've also watched my little brother a lot.
Little.
Older brother.
Older brother, yeah. Probably little too. Just not with us
no,
yet.
he's smaller than me. And slower.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Hey, hold on.
I'm Michael. I'm 16, just turned 16. I think it's week and a half ago.
Nice.
Yeah,
Happy
and
birthday.
I watched Toby play a lot, and other than that, yeah.
Sweet. You've also been around some trainings, and you've been around the team for a while.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I mean, something that's really important to me and to the club as a whole is that we really are we build a community at the club, and we really love being something that people's families get involved with, and whether they're players or fans or whatever, everybody sort of wants to bring their loved ones along, and no family better represents that than the Wimmer family, who your parents come to games all the time. They're always the first people there. I've gotten to know both of them very well. Like you mentioned, your parents have joined their community ownership group as members of the community and being a part of the support system around the club, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to give us a little context, obviously you're very intrinsically involved with the club as a family, but tell me a little bit about sort of, your upbringings and your sort of first memories of soccer. We'll go in reverse order this time. So we'll start with you, Michael.
Well, so I started playing at AYSO.
Uh-huh.
And, because both my parents are from Europe, Germany specifically, near Munich.
Yeah.
My mom never really was integrated into sports when she was younger, coming from a working class family. But my dad, he played soccer growing up. He was a goalkeeper in Ingolstadt. It's a city in Germany. And, they just brought that to our family here in the U.S., and I started playing soccer really young.
How old were you when you started?
I think I was Toby probably knows this better than I do.
Yeah.
We made you kick a ball when you were 6 months old before you walked.
Yeah, exactly. Project
Just threw the ball
Mbappe,
back and
Mbappe
forth.
2.0. I see your
Yeah.
posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. So you've been basically around the game most of your life, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Got it. Okay.
I did not like soccer for a while. When I was younger, my older brother always tried to get me into it because he wanted a training partner, but I had nothing to do with it. Like Mickey said, I also started with AYSO, but then I was in the U8s, and I just wanted nothing to do with it. I would be the person who would sit on the field, pick the dandelions right out of the textbook. I think my mom has photos and videos of it. I would go off the field if I found a good flower. And so I just started doing dancing, and eventually I saw Toby and Mickey train, and I was like, I want to do this too, and I want to beat my older brother.
Yeah.
And
that
so I just
competitive edge started.
That started to come, and then I got a credit at dancing. Definitely helped me because I was lighter on my feet. I started playing again U10.
Yeah.
And I would just dance around people, run through. My mom said this all the time. Dancing is the reason you became so good.
Yeah.
And that's when I started playing, and I have not looked back since, and I don't regret anything.
Yeah,
so.
that's amazing. I didn't know that about you. I was also a dancer in high school.
Yeah.
I went from playing lacrosse to dancing, which was a weird transition and probably not that helpful to my abilities with, the lacrosse stick, but here we are.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense. I know there's a ton of like correlation just between like foot-eye coordination and athleticism, and like the maneuvers that are required in soccer are really like honed in a lot of dance structures. Toby.
Yes. Well, 25 years, lots of soccer under my feet,
Yeah.
Started AYSO as well. Gotta commend AYSO. I mean,
Absolutely. Represent
they did
AYSO,
something.
North Region.
Yeah.
definitely.
When I was playing for AYSO, the only accessible club soccer at that time was like Northwind, because it was a part of AYSO during that time.
Yep.
So,
Still is, I think.
Still is as well.
Yep.
So I jumped in, started playing for Northwind as well, and then eventually migrated to Fire, like the beginning of high school, middle of high school, and then came the big question: where to go to college?
Yeah.
Started applying places. Was like, this is gonna be too expensive. Where do I go? What can I do? So I was like, well, my family is German. I've always been in Germany. Every summer we would go. Every winter, most winters. It wasn't every winter. So then the question was, what can we find? So my immediate thought was, well, let's just go to Germany. I'll figure it out when I'm there. Go to college there and play soccer, because that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Went. So right away found a soccer team in my grandparents' town. It's like Aschau im Chiemgau. So it's basically
God
on
bless
the way
you.
to Salzburg. Thank you.
I'm sorry. What? Can you say it again?
Aschau im Chiemgau.
Aschau in Chiemgau.
Yeah, so it's like on the way from Munich to Salzburg, about halfway.
Got it. Okay.
So very Bavarian. Honestly,
Is that the videos I've seen of like playing in the snow with the mountains in the background? Okay. Yeah. That's
right at the start of the Alps.
It's just real fairy tale type stuff from what I've seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who play soccer there, they've always grown up playing soccer in a community that's just like fostered around us growing up in a small town. So my immediate start was, let's just play there. Let's see where it goes. I knew nothing about what division was what. I just wanted to play. So got a really nice coach there, really supported me. Nico Altman. I know he's maybe listening. I'll send it to him.
Shout out Nico Altman.
He was definitely a big support and component in me just getting to play there.
Yeah.
And then lived in Munich for a while, started school there, and then transferred over to Salzburg, Austria. Continued school there, still played with my team. I would come back from Munich twice a week, 3 times a week, just traveling to play and to train.
Yeah.
And I'd see my grandparents during that time too. So it was like a double
That's
double
awesome.
header, so to say.
How long a drive is that, just for like American context?
It's like an hour drive, but I would always take the train because I didn't have a car.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour and a half train ride.
Yeah. Sounds very like Hercule Poirot style.
Yeah, no.
Life,
It was
where
a
you're just taking
far
the train
drive
back and forth.
to train back and forth.
Yeah.
But for me, it was worth it at that time because I was like, this is just something that I like to do.
Of course. And that's also like a bit of a dream, right? Because like, of course, y'all are like Bavarian American, but you're still American kids.
Exactly.
You like, grow up with soccer
Yeah.
here. So like the idea of going and, like,
abroad is
taking a
crazy,
train through
yeah.
Europe to training
Yeah.
is kind of cool. I bet that was awesome.
No,
when,
it was
when did
lovely.
you get back?
I came back 2020 in the summer, and when I came back, I was like, well, what can I do? Where can I play? And I was like Googling. I was like, I gotta figure something out. And then I was like Edgewater Castle, and I found it on Instagram, I think. And then I was
Yeah.
like, I messaged the Instagram. And I was like, hey, looking to play. I even made a website at that time. I made a website.
Yep,
I was ready
yep.
to like go full in on this soccer thing.
Of course, yeah.
And then you guys reached back out to me, and I came out to a training. At that time, Wojciech was still the coach.
Of course.
in this
Shout
October.
out Wojciech Piotrowski.
And then just started training, and then it took off from there.
Yeah. Whew. I did not realize how quickly you came on board from coming back from Germany.
Yeah, it was like literally like 3 months max.
And for context, also, you're familiar with the neighborhood through your high school.
Yeah, so I went to Sen, which is just up north. And yeah,
It is Edgewater's high school. It is the high school in Edgewater.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a pretty extensive recent history in getting better at soccer.
Yeah.
From what I know.
No,
Not quite as good as Lane, obviously. We're not going to get into that right now. But they've grown a lot.
They've
the
grown.
Sen program's grown
It's
a lot.
grown immensely, yeah.
And
Stephen Brewer done-
big
doing
shout out to
fine.
Stephen Brewer,
Great
the
job
coach
there.
over there. And also players like you and Kevin Tagbay and like some
Yeah.
of the people who've come through that school in the last several years have really like put it on the map a little more. Brendan Achenkang, who's
Yep.
a great player from Sen recently, spent some time with the club too. But that's great. So thank you for the background. Really appreciate it. The thing I want to sort of move into next is, you already mentioned it a little bit, but like growing up in a household where your parents are from Germany, and whether or not they were involved in sports, like I'm sure your mom would admit, like soccer is a very important cultural thing in Germany, period. Like regardless of if you're involved or not. What would you say are sort of the biggest differences that you recognize between, you know, soccer in general culturally there in Bavaria and in Germany compared to here in the US and Chicago, but also like I guess what you see from communities in terms of how important the game is between the two. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why don't we start with you this time?
Yeah, I think I got I was like really part of and integrated in the system because I don't think I mentioned this, but I played a year in Germany my sophomore year.
I did not know that.
So yes, freshman year I played at Lane, and I was on the JV team. After that, that's when I got really into it because I noticed how much difference the levels were from JV and varsity. I had a friend on varsity, and I just knew, okay, I want to work harder. I want to go to college. I want to see where this takes me. And I started really working hard. And then sophomore year comes around, and I was excited for school. And my mom, in maybe March or April, drops the bomb on me. We're thinking about going to Germany. And I'm just like completely lost. All my friends are here. What am I going to do? And so eventually I started getting around to it. It was really hard. And the first 3 months there were probably the hardest 3 months I've ever had. Yeah. Because I had to adjust to a whole new culture, a little bit of a language barrier. Yeah. Just because we talk German in our household, but grammar-wise and, you know, it's more of like a mix. Yeah. What we talk, and they were completely Bavarian. So yeah, and then when I was over there, I started to play with my club team. I reached out to TSV Rosenheim, which at that time they were in the second league. We actually played FC Bayern München 2. So it was like we were in the U17 league, but we played the U16 league because the league above us was the Academy League. Yeah. And they didn't have another Academy League for a U16 team, only U17, U15. So it was split up in age, kind of like how MLS Next is right now, where, you know, you'll find the other teams a little bit lower. But so yeah, I started playing there, and I just noticed the big cultural difference over there was so much performance. It was, you needed to show yourself, and you needed to, it wasn't about like doing mistakes. It was, we are playing for the win, and you need to help to win, and you need to do this. And it was like a lot of more pressure, I feel like. Yeah. The pressure was really high over there. And it was always just, you know, go at it, win, do your best. You know what you can do. And don't do mistakes. Yeah. Right? And I was fortunate enough where after 2 games, I started to become a regular starter. Yeah. I started to cement myself. And yeah, I think that was probably one of the biggest differences was there was a little bit more pressure because soccer over there is life. Yeah. You don't have it where like, oh, I'm going to go out with my friends. No, we lived in a small rural town. Yeah. The only thing we had was training and then our little own hobbies like piano or arts and crafts or whatever else you wanted to do. So it was really, your whole life was soccer. Yeah. And everybody else would be like, oh, you know this guy, where do you play? How do I know you? And you just started, that was your connections. Yeah. Soccer. And yeah, I just think that's where it is a little bit different. When I came back, I played with iPro. And I immediately, I played with them before too, but I could just tell, the difference between them and Germany was there's so much more individual focus and you getting better as a player. And I think that's where the American system is a little bit different than the European system. Is the American system wants you to develop for them, and the German system is you need to develop for yourself. Yeah. And
it's more of what you're saying, it seems like, is that it's more of an intrinsic part of becoming becoming a person, becoming a good hardworking person is showcased through how you play and how you train and things like that.
And yeah, the iPro then just made me work hard, and I just continued to work hard. And I love my coach, Coach Costel. One of the reasons I've been working so hard at college and everything. So hopefully we'll see where the college route takes me.
Yeah.
And yeah, then now I'm playing MLS Next, and I have a tournament on tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Good.
That's early.
Good. Don't
I
forget
leave
that later when you're going to
I
bed.
won't.
You need
I
to
think I
get
leave at
a lot
9,
of
so
sleep.
hopefully I'll forget.
Fair enough. Where is that?
It's actually in Arizona,
Cool.
so it's nice weather change.
Yeah. No kidding.
But
For the listeners at home who aren't in Chicago right now, it's bleak out there. It's like a foot of snow. Temperatures dropping every minute. We're in the thick of it here, folks. So I'm very jealous of Wimmer number 2 for going to Arizona tomorrow morning.
Yep.
But what's the tournament itself? Just give
it's basically like a showcase. I
Okay.
mean, there's gonna be, I think, 50 plus, 100 plus colleges there from all around. And yeah, they're gonna come out and watch. And I already talked to a couple, so.
Sweet. It's just an opportunity for you to showcase
exactly.
in front
Show
of coaches.
myself
Great.
with the qualities I have, and yeah.
Yep. A little bit of that Bavarian work ethic, and
Exactly.
I'm sure will come out on the field.
It'll work out.
Yeah. So Michael, what are your obviously you're the youngest of the 3, right? So you've spent do you have a lot of memories being younger in Germany?
Well, in Germany, I also moved with my
Oh, so
brother
the answer is
to
yes.
Germany.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
With my mom also. My
Cool.
dad had to stay back because he wasn't able to find work that easily there,
Right.
and he had to keep his job.
Yep.
So, before we moved there for a year, I was playing at Northwind,
Yep.
and Northwind is a very good club.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of fun with my teammates, and I just found love. I just found love for my game there.
Yeah. Yeah.
As it is many people's youth club.
Yeah.
And then when we moved to Germany, I also played
Great.
in a very high level. I think it was 2nd division for the U15 team.
Great.
Because I was a U15 at that time.
Yeah.
I think it's now 2 years ago. So yeah, playing there, I definitely have found some challenges. I was integrated in the team quickly. They loved me a lot. But I was the smallest on the team.
Yeah.
I was not the fastest, so it was really difficult for me to show myself to the coaches there because they really looked at your size and
Yeah.
they just thought of you, judged you right away.
Yeah.
And so the first 4 games I played, they were really good. And then the 5th game, I remember this clearly. I just played very bad. It was just my touch was off the game.
We all have those days.
Yeah, it was just an off day. And after that, it was a complete setback. I was so confident. The coach loved me. I also played the winter season with iPro before moving to Germany, and the coach at iPro, Costel, he's also very direct, and he wants you to develop.
Yeah.
So I thought I could deal with it.
Yeah.
And then I put so much pressure on myself that I just started not playing good.
Right.
And that just set me back. I just couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah. And that speaks to what you're talking about with the difference in stakes over there, right? And the way you're probably made to feel like it's like
It's the end of the world.
yeah, right? I mean,
you have to win.
yeah, exactly. Or else what are we doing here, right? And
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. And I feel like I imagine now coming back that experience probably you probably learned a lot from it about yourself and about how to be strong through things. Did you looking back learn a lot from that?
Definitely, I learned that I can't always be so harsh on myself.
Yeah.
Even though I want to be something that isn't impossible, but is definitely difficult to reach.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just have to continue working hard, but I can't be angry about what I am in the moment, and I need to look forward and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
and work towards my goals.
What are you, like 30? That's a really well-rounded answer. Awesome. Toby,
Yeah.
what do you see? What do you see? You're now of the wise old age of 25.
Yeah,
So
that's where all the
you've
brains
had
are.
multiple
Stop developing.
multiple perspectives on this thing. Like, what's your sort of thesis on?
My take on it is, in general synopsis, the U.S. does a really good job of kind of developing you as a team and as a player, and to like kind of like support each other. It's all about how can we get better as a team? How can we win things together? Like, we'll have off days, but it's okay. Like, how do we mitigate that? Well, in Germany, it's different in the sense that you're there to perform for the club. The club has a name for itself, and you're a proponent of that system. So if you cannot deliver what they got you for originally, they will toss you out, and you have to find something new.
Yeah, because there's 100 kids lined
There's
up ready
100
to
kids
take
lined
your
up
spot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a different mentality. I think that there's a fine balance between both that needs to be walked, in order to maintain a professional kind of club ethic, but also at the same time, like, develop a kid. Because, I mean, you hear so many stories where this kid just, like, doesn't play well, but then a year later comes back and develops a completely different player. And, I mean, you can see it even with professionals nowadays, In some clubs, they don't perform as high, and then they switch clubs, and they're performing great. Like, one guy for me, the guy from Manchester United, who switched to Napoli.
Scotty McTominay.
Yeah, like ever since his
beauty.
ever since
I love
his
Scott
switch,
McTominay. Big fan.
like completely changed his game. Is now just like literally a threat to every team he plays against. Well, before it was kind of like you don't really know where he belongs. Is he a center back? Is he a
Nomination
forward?
from
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He had one nomination.
He's the Italian Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Incredible. I have to interrupt because I watched the Scotland qualify for the World Cup recently with a bunch of like 70-year-old to 90-year-old men from Scotland at AJ Hudson's recently, and I swear it is the most joyful room I've ever been in my entire life. These men have waited decades for this thing they were sure would not happen. And to see the joy from Scott McTominay's bicycle kick to Tierney's equalizer, or the winner rather, and then Scott McLean's half field shot, and it's beautiful stuff. Anyway, continue, Toby. Sorry.
No, I gotta agree. I mean, it's just that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, is getting those fans to love the game as well, just as much as a player on the field. And I think that the U.S. right there, or like something that's just the U.S. is good at, is trying to foster something that has not been built into the culture, and still give it just as much immense value. And that's just what I like about the system here.
I love that answer because I agree. I think like there's obvious good things and bad things about American culture not being this like intrinsically soccer-based thing. It's obviously not good because like if you're working in soccer, you want it to succeed, and so you want more people to be into it. But at the same time, because it isn't Germany or Portugal or any of these places where like it's been around for 150 years, so it's like pretty much done cooking. Like we know what it is. It's gonna evolve like everything does, but it's kind of already got its thing, The U.S., it feels like, despite having that same amount of time of history, it feels like it's still like a very young thing. When you think about the fact that MLS has only been around like 30 years, that's not a lot of time. It's younger than me, right? So there's something exciting about there still being a lot of potential for what it can be here. And I think that's something that Americans, like, despite being very, American exceptionalism, thinking our sports are better and all this other stuff, right? Like, despite that, I think there's something that Americans can really latch onto in soccer, that it's like sort of uncharted territory, right? And I think that's something that's very cool. So we're going to go to a break in a second. You each have like, I don't know, 10 seconds to think about this. Favorite memory on the field playing soccer? Go.
I think scoring for Edgewater, Midwest Premier League.
Yeah.
He was a header.
Yeah.
Just celebrating. I think that's the favorite memory by far.
Nice. Reverse order of age. Your turn. It's okay if it's not Edgewater Castle, by the way.
Yeah, no. I think it was I played a game and I just started to stop caring and I dribbled the whole team and then finished it top left corner, and I'm a left-footed player.
Yeah.
So I bent at far post and hit top left corner after dribbling 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about you?
Well, last year playing for Lane Tech,
Yeah.
my first year as a freshman on JV, I think I shot it from 40 yards out, and then just banged it in the top left corner, and then I just stood there celebrating. I was really happy.
Yeah, there's nothing like scoring goals, right? That's a very good answer from all three of you. All three very capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. So, folks, this has been the first half of the show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Thank you so much so far, and see you soon.
Eight years ago, we were just an idea, a distant dream for togetherness, joy, and triumph. We did not inherit a dynasty. We did not arrive with airdropped riches and fanfare. We began with a foundation of belief and a shared commitment to build something. Something authentic, something necessary. We're building this club the only way we know how. Stone by stone, brick by brick, goal after goal after goal. Now the foundation is set. The structure's sound. We can hear the music of the side streets and the rhythm of Lake Michigan as we give our community more Chicago to root for. Which is why we're proud to announce, for the 2026 season, Edgewater Castle Football Club officially enters the national stage, USL League 2 and USLW League. We built together. Now we climb together. Onward and upward, always.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stone by Stone. I am still Andrew Swanson, and I am still very fortunate to be joined here by the brothers Wimmer, Michael, Basti, and Tobi. We had a really great time in the first half talking about y'all and your experiences in the game, growing up in a Bavarian-American, German-English household, and hearing y'all's story about adapting to moving back there is so interesting. I don't think I actually totally knew that story until today. I'm very grateful for all that stuff. What I want to sort of talk about for the second half of the show today is moving into more, specifically Chicago and, the coming year of soccer, right? Our audience has no idea when we record these, but as I mentioned, it's snowy outside. We're nearing the end of 2025 and moving into 2026, which, as we all know, is a World Cup year. So you may have heard it's a bigger World Cup year than normal because the World Cup is taking place here in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Everybody's talking about it, making a big old deal out of it. We in Chicago, however, do not have a World Cup proper game. That being said, it was announced recently what was announced recently, Tobi?
Germany, USA.
Yeah.
July 6th, I believe. No, June.
June 6th.
June 6th.
Yeah.
I don't know, 4:30 p.m.?
July 6th would be like a quarterfinal or something.
Yeah. I was hoping so.
It could be, you never
I was going
know.
to toss it in there and hope it would just move it.
Yeah, maybe. So that's very, very exciting for the people of Chicago because, I think we were all waiting for some kind of kindness to be bestowed on us from FIFA. Yeah. And that feels like a really big one, right?
Yeah.
Being able to play Germany right before we go to the World Cup as the U.S. is huge. With that said, who are y'all going to be rooting for during that game?
Well, probably Germany.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are.
For sure.
Do you guys follow the German national team very intensely in your household?
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Who's your dad's favorite player ever for Germany? Do you know?
I think it was Beckham.
Yeah,
Beckham.
My dad loved
Yeah.
Beckenbauer.
The Kaiser?
Yeah.
How could you not? Did he see him play ever?
I think the only Germany game he's ever seen was also here in the U.S.
Oh, really?
1998 World Cup.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Because nobody really knew the sport back then here in the U.S. He at the last minute, he could find tickets they were cheap because they just have to get rid of them.
Yeah, of course.
And he got to saw
That's amazing.
that team play.
That's so cool. That was, that's a really good thing to note because that's the last World Cup that's been here. I think it was 94. Yeah, 94. Because 98 was France and Zidane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That rooster, that was the mascot. But yeah, I mean, like, what the impact that World Cup had on what we've been talking about, right? Like how soccer's grown here. Like, it feels like we're still, I may have said this line many times on this podcast already, but we're still like using up the last of the gas from that World Cup now, like 30 years later, So it's a really interesting thing that, like, right when that's happening and MLS has become what it has and USL is growing, all these things are happening, we get another World Cup. Yeah. I think, like, social stuff and politics aside, the World Cup coming to the U.S. is very exciting.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to focus on that, despite the opportunity we have not to. So I think, tell me something you're really excited about for the World Cup coming to the U.S.
I honestly just hope it brings energy to the game of soccer in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is a Kickstarter for, people around the whole of U.S. to have the opportunity to kind of see it closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes it's so far away that people just like, they're like, oh, the season started, but they don't keep up with it anymore because they're just like, I don't see it. It's not in my backyard.
Right.
So maybe that energy that people even who are coming from other nations who are bringing that vibrant energy, celebrating for their nation, that kind of rubs off on us, and we're like, oh, we need to make some crazy chants as well.
Yeah,
that just,
exactly.
Yeah.
We need more people painting their entire bodies.
Exactly,
to
yeah.
look like
Yeah,
the
no,
American
I need at least a
flag.
whole
Ugh.
row shirtless.
I actually don't want that. I don't want that. But yeah, no, you're right. I think there's something about that, like, that sense of joy in the game that all these other cultures from around the world bring with them. Yeah. Scotland especially. Yeah. What about you? What are you looking forward to most next summer?
I'm looking forward to the people, like the same thing that Toby said, the people bringing energy and maybe falling for the game, falling in love with it. Because I think sometimes it's like, we're a lot of people like to say, oh, we're a football country. Yeah. There's this many people watching the Super Bowl. How many watch the World Cup?
Yeah.
And I think I'm excited to see the energy because so many young kids, it's like all young kids, they see the game, they fall in love with it, and they want to play it. And I think that new generation is really going to kick even more.
Yeah.
Kick in even more.
Yeah.
Because now it's their time.
Yeah.
It's the Gen Z, their age. We're watching the World Cup. And I think it's just going to bring a whole another level to the game. And I just hope that in the Euro 2024, for example, it was full of energy. It was probably one of my favorite tournaments I think I've watched in recent years.
Yeah.
Because it was in Germany. It was in a town that hosted, a town that loves soccer, place that loves soccer. And you could see the energy and, like, it brought memories. Like, the same thing with World Cup 22.
Yeah.
But the 2024 brought, like, there was, like, this really one famous guy with playing the saxophone.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
That guy.
of course.
And, like, that energy, I just hope that comes here because that's, like, one of the things. I was in that place when that happened.
Yeah.
And I just hope that happens again, and I'm in the place again. I hope that it happens.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It is. It's all about those, like you mentioned, it's memories. It's like creating memories that are, like, really, really impactful and mean a lot to people. And like you said, the younger generation, like, experiencing a World Cup here is going to do so much for, like, the game here. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
Well, also, like, the atmosphere of the fans.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see, like, how, like, all turns out because I think we already saw this, like, especially in, like, 2014, the World Cup in Brazil.
Yeah.
And not only the 2024 Euro.
Yeah.
Where just everyone is just happy and just excited to watch the game.
Yeah.
But I think I'm also excited to see the sport grow.
Yeah.
And to see so many new people get integrated into it. I mean, also because I guess you could say like soccer isn't as time consuming to watch
Yeah.
as other American sports.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Takes like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just excited, to see more people, more of my friends
Yeah.
that I can talk about these type of things also with my friend groups and yeah.
It's just like more on the front of everybody's minds,
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely because of also the 2022 World Cup. It was
Watching it in
during the
school.
winter. Yeah, we watched it during
Watched it
school.
during school.
And so many people.
No work was done.
Yeah.
No work was done.
Yeah, everybody got an A that winter.
no.
Yeah.
So many people that didn't watch soccer before the 2020 World Cup just
Yeah,
started watching
That's
it
true.
because it was just every other sport was not broadcasted at the time.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
yeah.
And we're gonna I think experience something very cool here in that regard, in that, the World Cup coming to the U.S. but not to Chicago is sort of an interesting thing. I've talked about this on this podcast many times as to why that is the case. Rahm Emanuel didn't want to work with FIFA because he thought they were corrupt when he was the mayor, and so he didn't even put us in the running for a stadium. It's a whole thing. But all that being said, I think there is still going to be that like energy in a city like Chicago that is such a global city, like that has so many people, like yourselves,
Germans.
like people who have like very sincere cultural connections to other countries that are really genuine and real. The World Cup coming here just fills a city like this with energy, like you're saying, right? I think something that we're going to really try to do at Edgewater Castle FC. And again, our audience has no idea when we record these, but we did just announce today that we're moving to Winnemac Stadium next year for the first teams for our USL2 and USLW campaigns. We're super psyched about that, and one of the reasons for that is that like being in Ravenswood and Lincoln Square area, like there is that sense of being close to Rogers Park and Uptown, that's just like full-on global neighborhoods with people from every continent. Like this part of Chicago, despite not having games here, is just going to be like rocking with the World Cup being around, right? And I think with us moving our games to Winnemac, which will be operating during the World Cup, but we're scheduling our games before the game starts. So we're going to have like noon kickoffs basically so that everyone can go have fun and watch World Cup games after our games. It's very tactical on our part. But I think
Full day of soccer.
Exactly. Start at noon, end at midnight. It's going to be great. But all that is to say that there's an opportunity, I think, for Castle, and I'm sort of shifting the conversation toward next summer specifically in this regard, is that like Castle during the World Cup will be one of the only teams playing in town, right? So the Fire, MLS is taking a break during the World Cup, obviously, because all their best players are playing in it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be playing our games at Winnemac in this part of town as like a part of that celebration, right? So like one of the things I'm looking forward to most is being in a city that this size that doesn't have a game. It actually almost feels like there's more opportunity to kind of find unique ways to engage with people who are excited, right?
Yeah.
So that's just, a little self-promotion I wanted to throw out there before the end of this episode. When it comes to like growing up in Chicago and being a soccer kid in Chicago, right? Like you all are and have been. What are some of your favorite things about like Chicago's soccer scene?
I feel like you always find someone playing at some random field.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Fleet Fields, the pickup games there.
Yeah.
I mean, before when they had the 2 boxes, I think those got removed now. Like the 2 extra futsal fields.
Oh, did they took those off?
Yeah, they took those off now.
Okay, because there were 4.
There was
Now there's only 2 again. Well, there was always something there especially in the summer.
Yeah.
And you could always go with your friends and just have a good time there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just like my favorite part.
Yeah, shout out to Liam and his Walcott
Shout out to Liam.
football group.
Yep, Walcott Football Club. Love y'all.
I think they're doing something nice. I mean, literally, it's how do we create this accessible for people to just show up and we play? I think that's always been something that we've kind of like really just developed here. It's when you get older, you're like, damn, I don't know if I can pay for this. I can pay for that. Like, I just can't do it anymore.
Right.
And then you're just like, wow, like, yeah, just something that I can enjoy doing, play with, because it's all about having fun with your friends. And then, just hang around afterwards.
Yeah.
Catching up. It's
Totally.
just-
Yeah, I like how close, how easily you can make friends with the game. Being such a big city, I think that's the one thing that connects us. Is we always find something that connects us, and being able to play soccer is just one thing. We have I don't even know how many people in this city, and all my friends basically play soccer.
Yeah.
And I sometimes even meet them in my club. And then we end up going to the same school, or they go to my school and we start bonding more and more over soccer. Those are my two best friends.
Yeah.
That's how I met them.
Yeah.
But I think, it's crazy how wherever you go, you somehow see it. And soccer's taught me a lot, even about life. It's taught you responsibility, dedication, everything. And I think that's what's the best about being such a big city and the soccer here is that it's so many different communities.
Yeah.
You find every single person and you somehow find a way to connect yourself with them.
Yeah.
Even through all this person's like this person's like that. You still are but he does this. And then you connect and it's just that love for the game is just I love it. I want when I grow up, I want to also help with that. I want to bring back fire to people. I want to bring people back to their prime with what I want to do. And I just hope that I think that's the best thing about being the big city is that you always find someone and you always can connect.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great answer. I did when I started the club in 2017. When I first started, I was suffering from a bit of a delusion. I really wanted to play. I had a moment where I started watching soccer and I was like, I'm going to become a professional soccer player as a 28-year-old. I really thought I was going to do that. So I bought some cleats and I went out to Foster Field on a Sunday afternoon and I just got my ass handed to me by a bunch of 50-year-old Nigerian guys, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not. I'm not going to be a professional soccer player. But that experience, those experiences and still going and having fun and getting to know these communities and getting to know people that I would never probably talk to in any other way, right? Yeah. And the amount of times since then that I'll strike up a conversation with someone that in most circumstances I have nothing to say. I have no way to engage in a conversation with you outside of just weather, huh? Cold, right? But the game of soccer, because of the city we live in and where we live in it, is one of the only things that can kind of give you a shot, right? Yeah. Where you're you like soccer? It's a coin flip as to whether or not they'll be yep, I really do, And if they do, then you're off, right? And you can talk about something that happened 15 years ago in Uruguay or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it suddenly gives you this thing that you can really connect to people from everywhere. So I think it's just, I just think it's cool. I just think it's a cool thing. We're going to get going pretty soon. I'm going to hit y'all with one more rapid fire question. Again, you've got 7 seconds to come up with your answer. Best player of all time. 3, 2.
Come back to me.
Okay,
It's on
best
the tip
player
of
of
my
all
tongue.
time.
Sebastian Schweinsteiger.
Hell yeah. Best player of all time.
Sane.
Sane?
Yeah, that's who I fell in love with.
Leroy Sane?
That's who I fell in love with.
I love that answer so much. I'm obsessed with that answer. That's the best. What about you?
Franz Beckenbauer. I
Yeah,
gotta say.
legit.
It's just,
Legit.
you never know. Unexpected.
Yeah.
Always.
That's a real first son thing to say, isn't it?
Too much dad.
Yeah, you got a lot of dad. Got a lot of dad in
Getting
this
too
one.
old now.
Yeah, exactly.
The age is getting me. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty soon you're
When
gonna
I
start.
stand up, the back's gonna crack. Just wait.
Yeah, you're gonna have glasses on tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
USL is gonna be tough.
cane.
I have to be cane for that game.
Next rapid fire question. This is our last one. Who's winning the World Cup?
Oh,
Not who do you want to win. Who do you think's gonna win?
I feel like USA. Gotta go full blown out there.
go full bore. You already said you like Germany more.
They're here. They're in their home country.
Yeah.
Their fans gonna be firing.
Yeah.
They got a good coach for them now, that's supporting them.
Yeah.
I think it's their time to bring it home.
Absolutely. Let's make this go
Let's
viral,
make this go
people.
viral. It's gonna happen. Mark my words.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just gonna say Germany. I mean, we saw their performance in 2024.
Yeah.
in the Euros, and I think they'll just bring it again. Because also I think the Euros in 2000 was also a big I think 2004 was a big turnaround moment for them too. And now they're just combining that era. I think it's the 24. Their jerseys are also 2014 and what year? 19 something.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
they combined.
Yeah, they combined
I
two
think it was,
jerseys.
like,
Oh, really? To like
1998.
commemorate?
Yeah,
98, I
1998.
think.
That's cool.
And because the last year they have like a deal with Adidas.
Oh, it's their final year,
Yeah,
right?
it's the final year. They
Oh,
moved
so
to
they're like
Nike
doing a
next year.
commemorative.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
And I think they'll just bring all they can to this game,
Yeah.
to this tournament.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Not so totally surprising. What about you?
I honestly also think Germany. I think
Cool.
they had such a year last year in the Euros, and
Yeah.
now I'm still mad about Cucurella's handball.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
So
most
true.
clear
Yeah.
handball, and the way you go into VAR,
Yeah.
check it,
Yeah.
and you say it's not a penalty.
And now they just
I don't
admit
know.
it,
And
that it was.
now you see it in the game,
Yeah.
and this is a penalty.
Cucurella's a unique brand of soccer player.
So-
Man. He is no joke, dude. He's
But
no
yeah,
joke.
I just think there's a real shot, and I think the coach, he used to coach at Bayern, didn't go his way,
Yeah.
but I think the what he brings to the national team is
Yeah.
just another level.
It's a classy dude, too.
Yeah, and
That guy can wear a turtleneck like nobody's business.
yeah, and yeah, I'm just excited to see them play, and I'm excited for all the other teams. For example, I'm excited for Haiti.
Oh, Haiti, yeah.
They qualified
Yeah.
first time ever.
I know, man.
My friend plays for their under 20 national team.
Oh, wow.
And
It's a huge deal for that country.
Yeah,
Like, it's an amazing
huge
thing.
deal. And I'm so excited, and I'm excited for all the other small countries that
man.
are coming. I think it's
Curacao?
you find so many different people in the USA. Now's the perfect time.
Yeah.
Now's the perfect time. You're bringing all these people, and you're gonna find them here in our country.
Yeah.
You're always gonna find something to connect, and I think that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah,
and that's
man.
what I want to win.
That's a good answer. I think Scotland's gonna win. That's my answer. Yeah.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Now, who do you want to win? Not who do you want to win.
Yeah, no, I want Scotland to win. I actually think I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird field. A lot of like ups and downs have
Yeah,
happened with everybody.
Yeah,
where like
agreed.
all the big dogs have had weird hiccups.
Yeah.
So like making a real genuine bet for me is tough.
Yeah.
I think Germany's not a bad shout at all.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard to imagine Argentina. Yeah, I see you over there, Marco. Marco is holding up an Italian flag in the background. But that being said, we have to close things out. I'm gonna say Scotland just because it meant so much to me to celebrate that win with those men at AJ Hudson's recently. It's a moment I'll never forget, and I hope that we all have many moments like that throughout 2026. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. This has been like such a pleasure to get to know you all better.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
for having us.
absolutely. And I said this before, I'll say it again. The Wimmers are my favorite intrinsically Edgewater Castle family, so I'm very grateful to you both. I'm grateful to your parents for being a part of the club also. And yeah, thanks again for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Stone by Stone. I've been Andrew Swanson, and these have been the Brothers Wimmer. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you again next time. Have a good night, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.